All right, this Gary Sanchez run is becoming quite a run, and the Padres have won 4 of 5. It is the wrap-up show with John and Jim on a Tuesday night. Good start to a homestand. That has been a struggle for the Padres, obviously, playing at home, but not tonight. They beat the Guardians. They jump out to an early lead. Joe Musgrove, very good. Bullpen good. Josh Hader, his 16th save. And again, the Sanchez, his 6th home run already. I mean, that's an incredible number for the Padres. So make your way in. We are going to get to everything tonight. There's a lot to get into as the Padres are clawing back towards 500. They're 2 games under 500. So John and Jim with you. If you're here, subscribe. We are clawing towards 5,000 subscribers because of you. If you are here, please subscribe. We have year-round exclusive Padres content for you. So please subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny. Smash the like button if you wouldn't mind. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. And thank you for the super chats as well. We do appreciate that. Hold on real quick. Okay. Thank you for the super chats as well. We're going to get to all of the supers here tonight. We will begin actually with the first super of the night from our buddy James Pressey, who has already contributed with the super, but click the $ below the chat box. We get to all of the supers, as you know. If you want to become a member of the channel, by the way, you can click join down below. You get custom emojis and badges. James, thank you. Padres fans, thanks for hanging out tonight, whether it's live or on replay. But Jim, encouraging overall, a big early inning. We talked about that today. Winning at home. We talked about that today. Getting some production from some guys who had been struggling. Xander Bogaerts particularly. We called him out. I'll take responsibility or credit for turning him around here tonight. But all told, Tatis, Sanchez, Bogaerts, Musgrove, Hader, production from the lineup, and a Padres win.
Come on. Yeah, it was, is Gary Sanchez I put this on Twitter. Gary Sanchez is the best Padres catcher since who?
Johnny Bench. Can you play for the team?
I'm not kidding. I think that's a legitimate question at this point, and we're only
Benito.
13. How many games are we in with Gary Sanchez right now?
13 games. I think he's hit 6 home runs in his last 12.
Okay. He's the best offensive catcher this Padres team has had since Mike Piazza of 06.
Okay, well, it's been a while.
I mean, it's like, yeah, Benito.
Yeah, it's even further.
This is incredible. It's something that I didn't think was going to happen. It's kind of crazy to think that the freaking Mets just cut him, and now he's one of the hottest hitters in baseball.
What are the odds of that?
I don't know, man. It's crazy. He's been fantastic. Who was it? I think it was Kevin who was on with us, or maybe it was Dennis on with Darren. But the thing with Gary Sanchez is he has kind of been like their jump starter. He's the one that's hitting the 3-run homers, the 2-run homers, and just the floodgates completely open. And so he's been fantastic for this team. Gary Sanchez jersey is definitely in the cards.
All right, let's get to some of these supers here, guys. Appreciate you hanging out. We're going to get to all the supers. I'm going to start with James, who is very kind to start us off here. Again, if you want to contribute to super, just click the $ below the chat box. We will get to all of them. He says, great win today, LFGSD. Sanchez is fire. I mean, I think they've hit 4 3-run home runs this year. He has 2 of them in the last week. By the way, I'll say this, Jim. It's encouraging. Last 20 games, they've scored 6 or more runs 10 times. They're 12-8 in their last 20 games. I'm not saying I'm not going to do the old the C term. I'm not saying they're turning the corner, but I'm encouraged cautiously by their productivity. Again, they're scoring, and they were the worst scoring team in baseball prior to the last 20 games, essentially. And now they're scoring at a good clip. So we're seeing it a little bit at home, by the way, as well. So I think it's hard not to be at least encouraged by what we're seeing here recently. They've won 4 or 5 overall.
Yeah, we kind of gave Manny some shit today for what he said before the game, saying that they're playing good baseball. And we're like,
are you
really? It's better baseball, but is it good baseball? I think that was up for debate. And then going out there and what they did tonight, then you start building on that. They are playing good baseball, right? And you go out tomorrow, you win another game, then you are definitely playing good baseball. No doubt about it. So it was nice to see them come out and finally play good at home. And I know they have this year. I just know, but coming home after a road trip, you're kind of like, oh shit, what was this team going to look like? And they carried over their good road trip, and even though it was a short road trip, scoring 6 runs tonight, a couple home runs from Sanchez and one from Tatis, who, by the way, John, is the hottest hitter in baseball, no question about it. Have you seen his June numbers?
His June numbers are great. Yep.
He's hitting well over 400.
12 or 1300 OPS, maybe. I saw AC tweeted out earlier.
And 1 for 3 tonight, but he had that home run and a walk.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay. Yeah, his last 15 games here, he's over a 300 average, and his OPS is well over 1,000 with 5 home runs and 16 RBIs.
Yeah, and what it is in June is 405, 1301 OPS, 48 plate appearances. So
crazy.
Pretty good. We know he can get scorching hot. I mean, there's some encouraging signs going on. I mean, overall, 2 games under 500. Recently, better. 6 runs or more in 10 of their last 20 games. Not
going to be fooled, though, until they get over 500, until they start have a good, month stretch. I'm not going to be fooled.
Carlos, thank you for the super chat. It says the Kraken. Love that dude. Can't believe he can't speak English. LOL. Obviously talking about Sanchez here. Sanchez, X-Man looking better. Carpenter looks lost and should be benched. Soto cooling off as well. I don't know if Soto's cooling off. I'd have to look at it more intently. I know he had a stretch where it was like 3 for 24. He reached a couple times, I think, tonight. I'm encouraged by Xander. Remember, they sat him for 4 or 5 days. I'm like, why not just put him on the IL? But he's been better. Colorado, and now tonight. The Sanchez thing, I mean, I just don't know where they are without him. I don't know if they get this thing going without his productivity. Like I said, the 3-run home runs, the big impactful hits that they've really lacked this year. That was a 2-out home run, a 2-out 3-run home run. The difference between winning and losing is a hit like that in a game. So let's ride this thing out. Does it happen for the next 96 games? No clue. I mean, it would be amazing. If this guy hits 30 home runs this year, it would just be one of the great stories in Padres history, one of the great pickups in Padres history, that's for sure. But let the good times roll. I think we'll see Nelson Cruz probably at some point, Jim. Carpenter has struggled. Cruz is back. But the offense is, again, looking better.
Well, no matter what, Gary Sanchez is in this lineup every day.
Right.
Either as a catcher or your DH. Yeah. Nelson Cruz, Matt Carpenter, those guys are taking a significantly backseat to Gary Sanchez. Whenever Gary Sanchez needs a day off, they're not going to be in the lineup, right? Whenever Gary Sanchez is going to be on the plate, then they're in the lineup as a DH. But to have the threat of a catcher that can easily hit a 3-run homer at any time in the game and has significant pop. I think I saw something that Gary Sanchez has 6 home runs, and Austin Nola in his Padres career has like 5.
I think he has 5, yeah.
And that's like over 220 games. And Gary Sanchez has been with the Padres for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, 13 games.
I mean,
you could almost say Sanchez has been better than Nola.
Almost. Even though Austin Nola has like 50,000 votes for the All-Star game, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, he's top 10. I mean, Sanchez might start in that game if he keeps this up. Vector 53. Actually, I'm actually out of order. But let me get to this one real quick. Vector 53, thank you. It says Sanchez, the home run leader of this team at this rate. That would be ridiculous. I don't want to see it, by the way. Not with Tatis and Machado and Soto. I don't want to see that. I mean, yes, if he hits 6 home runs every 13 games, like do the math on that. You know me with the math. I mean, he'd hit another like crazy. I mean, he'd hit, someone help me out there, a lot. He'd hit like 40 more home runs.
To what? Yeah. To be the leader of the team in home runs?
Yeah, he'd hit like 45 home runs. If he keeps this pace up, I'm saying he'd hit like 45 to 50 home runs.
What's his career high in home runs?
Not 50, I don't think. He's had some big years.
Let's look here real quick. So his best year was, honestly, okay, it was either 2017. No, yeah, it was 2017. That was his best year.
Yep, 33. Well, he hit 34 homers in 2019 in 106 games.
Yeah, but in 2017, in 122 games, he hit 278 with an OPS
over 1,000, right?
876. That was his highest OPS year. He hit 33 home runs with 90 RBIs.
He had an OPS in 2016 of 1,032, but it was in a half season. Well, he got called up. I mean, the dude is capable of hitting. I mean, we know that. It's been a while. You'd have to go back a few years, other than these 13 games. But I mean, this has been incredible. Thank you, Vector53. Thank you, David H160 for the super chat, guys. If you're here, please subscribe, and please make sure to consider supporting the channel by a super chat by clicking the $ below the chat box, like David H160, who says, "Jim, how are the vibes?"
They're better. They're more upwards after tonight. It's like right here. I don't want to get too hot on this team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not like through the roof, but like you're there. You're right there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna be fooled by them again. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just take it in. They're playing better baseball, not get too high with what we've seen, even though I think Gary Sanchez is potentially the greatest catcher in franchise history. But I'm kind of joking. But all in all, trending upward, and that 17-10 month doesn't seem so far off right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with this too, Carlos. I mean, I hate to put it this way, but I mean, Nola's role is decreasing, obviously, because of Gary Sanchez. Then you have the Luis Campusano component. He says that Nola wouldn't make the Tijuana Toros at this point. Get out of here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm with you. He's lacked productivity. He's lacked value. Now, I thought he played a role last year in the postseason, for whatever that's worth. But it's not 2022 anymore. So, his playing time is going to diminish. I heard Bob Melvin postgame. I mean, he didn't mince words. He's like, Gary Sanchez has given us upgrades everywhere, defensively, framing, throwing, and hitting. I mean, that was Bob Melvin essentially today on Sanchez. So that's what it is. Sanchez is going to play. You have to have a second catcher. Of course, you can't play every inning. You just cannot do that in the regular season. So Nola's going to play as the secondary backup catcher.
It's just incredible. Bob Melvin's been like begging behind the scenes for a catcher that, and frankly, Padres fans have been begging for a catcher that is competent defensively and can give you pop and in a big way, right? I'm not going to say Gary Sanchez is the greatest defensive catcher there ever is, because we've seen his track record, and there's reasons why he's been cut from teams and not re-signed, and didn't play a lot in the past because of his defense. But so far, so good with the Padres. I think I can only count one really F up, and that was like in the second game he was catching.
Oh, and like a ball just like went completely like through him, or like you just like missed a ball? Are you talking about that, a pass ball?
Well, okay, maybe two. The pass ball, and then the time when Kim cut off the relay throw.
Oh, yeah, that was dumb.
He like went up the line.
Whatever.
Like, what are you doing?
But my theory, I'm giving up defense for offense. I don't care. This team can't hit. Now they can.
And now in the game today, if you have an offensive catcher, you choose that over defense. Yeah, you just do, because there's so few in between catchers in the game that can give you offensive production like Gary Sanchez is giving the Padres right now. You just don't see it.
You hit 6 home runs in 13 games. You can have 2 pass balls a night and butcher everything out. I mean, I'm sorry. Like that type of power, you score 6 runs in a game, you're going to win a lot, no matter who the catcher is defensively.
He's been really good defensively, framing and everything, like you said, which is like, wow.
All right, Jim, thank you for your super of our channel here. Yeah. Jim Russell AI.
I am enjoying this, yes.
Who says, thanks for the stream, fellas. Great win, LFGSD. Did anyone catch Jim's back page today on the radio?
Did you re-listen?
That's all I'll say.
Thing? Did you re-listen?
I played it for Kristen.
Did you guys like cry?
I was like, she was kind of laughing. I'm like, I think you had to be there. Like,
that's funny.
I lost my mind. If anyone was listening.
And when John loses it, like
I lose it.
He loses it. He can't come back.
I forget like my favorite thing ever. You said something after. It wasn't the first thing that I kind of lost. It was something else.
I said scoops of ice cream.
No, it was after the scoops of ice cream.
Oh, I was like 2-layer chicken
fried fried breast. I'm like, what are you talking about? Shut up. Please end this show. Thank you, Jim, for the super. Thank you, Jeff the Crusher, for the super chat as well. He says the Padres need 56 more wins. Well, hold on. What the hell is their record? They do not need 56 more wins. They're 32-34. If they won 56 more games, no, he's right. I'm sorry. 56 more wins gets them to 88. No, you're 100% right, Jeff. They do need 56 more wins. I was thinking 66. 56 more wins. Again, they're 12-8 in their last 20. They're playing better. I don't know. It's hard to project this thing out, but is 88 wins still in the cards? Yeah, I mean, it's in the cards. They're gonna have to play like this for a prolonged period of time. But yeah, it's possible. Of course it is.
Yeah, no more stretches like we saw in May, where you just no more stretches, and you've already used your one F up this year, and that was in May. You're done. That's it. No more. Because even if they have a good June, what says they don't have a shitty July or a shitty August or a shitty September? And it feels like you kind of used up your shitty month already.
Yeah. And by the way, there's a month or two in there that are tough.
Very tough.
Even this stretch, I mean, Cleveland into Tampa into San Francisco on the road for 4 is not exactly a walk in the park. And if you can get 6 out of 10 here, you'd feel decent. If you can get more than that, you'd feel unbelievable about this stretch.
Yeah.
Juan Soto Walks, thank you for the super chat as always. Guys, if you're here, please subscribe. Thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box if you want to make sure we interact. And if we want to make sure that, we see your comment here tonight. He says, June Tatis is the best Tatis. Do I need to look that up? Career Tatis in June?
Sounds right. I mean,
this is best month far and away. 2020, there was no June.
So it doesn't count.
And he was great.
Look at 2019, though.
Okay. His career June is massive. I'm looking coming into tonight. It's 1,138 OPS. He doesn't have any other month that's 1,000, and he's 1,138 coming into tonight. That goes up with a home run.
Wow.
So he's an 1,100 OPS plus player in June. Wow.
Okay.
Well, it's still early in June. So
2021 May was fantastic. He hit 353 with a 1264 OPS to start the year in 2021.
Did he? Okay, yeah. In May. Okay, yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah, April's when the season starts, you idiot, Jim. But his June was also incredible. He had 10 home runs and he had an OPS over 1,000.
I mean, you can't doubt his bat. I mean, his bat plays always.
Yeah,
everywhere.
It just, shows that his talent is the best on the Padres. He's the most talented player on the team.
Yeah, he just falls out of bed and can do special things. I mean, Gary Sanchez is having a special run. Tatis continually does this. I mean, this is the player he is when healthy. He just hits the ball hard, and he makes big plays, and he has big moments. He's become a great fielder, right? That was a big question mark when he was a shortstop. We talked about that for years. He's become a really good defensive outfielder.
And it's kind of like, you see him performing well, pretty much almost to his standard, right?
Yeah, basically.
And that makes you feel so good about things because he could have fallen off not fallen off a cliff, but he could have had a really bad year.
Absolutely.
And I think people would have kind of understood it a little bit, but it still would have been hard to swallow to see that from him. And then the whole thing with the steroids would have blown up, right? This guy can't perform because he's not on steroids,
exactly.
blah, blah, blah. But now, I mean, obviously you're not seeing anything from other opposing fan bases really. And it's good to see because it's oh, he's actually really fucking good. And the steroids was not for performance. It was to get better.
No, I mean, for me, he's my favorite Padre.
Yeah.
And honestly, for me, there's not a close second because of what you just said. He's just special. Other players are really talented, but there's just something about him. He's got this it factor that cannot be replicated for me. So for me, he's my favorite Padre. Now, is he a flawed player? Yeah. I mean, there's there's some things in there: injuries, the suspension, the motorcycle. Yeah, I mean, he's not a perfect human being as anyone, but I mean, when you see this guy on a baseball field, he's as special as they come for me. I mean, to have the chance to watch him the last 4 or 5 years as Padres fans, and again, we haven't seen him a ton, but when you do see him, geez, I mean, there's not a lot of Padres in the history of the franchise like Fernando Tatis Jr. JD Gaucho. thank you for the super. He says Gary has started out golden. Yes, probably an understatement.
Mm-hmm. He's been fantastic.
He's been. Did you see the graphic on whatever the hell we even call the, like, what's the channel? San Diego Padres MLB or whatever the channel is.
My Fubo subscription ended yesterday, so today I had to get the MLB TV subscription.
Yeah,
and so I'm just gonna say on MLB TV.
on MLB TV. And by the way, there's like no delay on MLB.TV because
it's
the game
amazing.
ends and then the Padres tweet, so it's amazing.
It's perfect.
But anyway, post game it said Gary is scary. I loved that graphic. It said Gary is scary, and that showed like his numbers. So I would say Gary's scary as opposed to Gary has started out golden. But thank you, JD Gaucho, for the super.
He's got a 981 OPS in 13 games with the Padres. 6 home runs and 15
catcher.
RBIs.
What was their combined OPS from catcher before those 13 games?
Like
520?
If that's actually probably really good.
It's probably 520. Carlos, thank you again. He says, I know Sanchez played with the Twins as well, but there's something with ex-Yankees that they thrive with different teams, i.e. Gallo, Hicks, Sanchez, to name a few. Not necessarily Matt Carpenter right now with San Diego, but there's a good point there. The bright lights of New York. Sanchez toiled around, Jim, after New York. Minnesota, Mets. I'm probably missing something in there as well. And it looked at one point like this guy might not ever be a regular again. Shoot, let alone play in the big leagues again.
His career was teetering. Honestly,
completely teetering.
And he's not a young player. He's 30 years old, and he's been in the big leagues. He's 30 years old. He's been in the big leagues since 2015. 2015.
He made his debut in 2015.
So he's a vet. He's not a young guy at all. 30-year-old catchers aren't like guys that you see anchoring teams at all anymore. So to think that this guy was pretty much left for dead and just thrown on the street by the Mets, and the Padres pick him up and just completely, he's turned it around, and he is like a massive part of this team now, is hard to fathom.
He's like the leader. He's like, I mean, there's something about him. I mean, they plug him in the middle of the lineup and he produces. I mean,
he's the engine starter. He's the guy that he's like,
crazy.
Oh, we need a 3-run homer right here. Boom, got it. And then they score like 6 or 7 runs.
And he kills breaking pitches. He just kills breaking pitches.
He's on one right
okay,
now.
This is obviously the wrap-up show, and we talk about the Padres 99.9% of the time, or we talk about like the Warriors because Jim wants to talk about the Warriors. But Carlos, thank you for the super. He says A's winning back-to-back in front of 28,000 plus. Crazy. They've won 7 straight. It's playing out a little bit, Jim, like, and you know me, I know nothing about movies, but I've seen Major League, and it's like, we're just going to win despite everything that's going against us.
Yeah,
and we're 19-50, but we're going to turn our season around, and we're going to make the postseason, and we're going to win. I mean, it's just stupid. How do you go from 12-50 to 19-50? Like, that alone is one of the craziest things I've ever heard of, to win 7 straight when you're 12-50.
And now they're not the worst team in baseball anymore.
I know the Royals are.
It's the Royals, who have only won 2 games in a row all year long. Like, that's the longest their winning streak is, and that's against the Padres.
Don't remind us.
I know. But it's just incredible what the scene was. I was so hooked. I had the Padres on the main TV, and I had the A's on like my phone. It was incredible.
How did you have the A's on your phone? What do you have, A's TV?
I got a free trial, bro.
Free trial of all teams?
Yeah. And then as soon as that's over, it's done with. So I just get the Padres.
Dude, the A's games are televised on TV?
But it was incredible. Like the fans were so united. Usually it's like you see pockets, right? When you have like fan gatherings and stuff like that, right? But this was a singular focused 28,000, fans all saying fuck John Fisher. And I saw someone tweet out, if the A's averaged 27,000 fans for the entire year at home, that equals to 2.3 million fans. So the fan base is definitely there. It's not on the fans, even though no one goes to that stupid stadium. So it just proves that it's 100% on the dumbass owner.
I want to see a Padres A's World Series this year. That's what
Esteury Ruiz and Brent Rooker.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm rooting for.
I swear Reese is going to break like Ricky Henderson's single season stolen base record.
Yeah, with 200. HBVV, BRFB, BFBN. Good to have you back in the chat. Thank you for the super, guys. If you want to contribute to the channel, if you want to support the work we do day in and day out, just click the $ below the chat box. As you know, we get to all supers, interact with them as well. He says, I love seeing Buck at karma for how he did Joe. The Mets have had another pitcher ejected for sticky stuff, right? Max Scherzer earlier in the year. It happened again today. Karma, man. What goes around comes around.
I'm just glad that we're not doing a New York Mets wrap-up show because I would have 100% fired Buck.
Oh yeah,
like 3 weeks ago, for what he said after they lost and got swept by the Braves.
What did he say?
So they got swept by the Braves. It might have been a week ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but they lost in the 9th inning on a walk-off home run.
Right.
They lost like 13-10.
Okay.
And I think they were facing off against that strikeout guy from the Braves. What's his name?
That strikeout guy.
I don't know. He pitched against the Padres this year. Anyway,
Okay.
Buck goes on postgame and says that he was proud of the team for scoring 10 runs tonight. Off a really good pitcher. Off a really good pitcher.
Your payroll's $400 million.
After they just got swept by your like arch rivals.
Right.
I would have fired him in 3 fucking seconds.
You really would have.
I would. Strider. Yeah. Spencer Strider.
Yeah.
We did
see him.
But it's just funny to watch from afar that thing implode and be a complete shit show. Even worse than the Padres, honestly.
And look at this. I mean, does anyone want to talk Padres? Alex says great win vibes are improving. Thank you, Alex, for the super. LFGSD. And they say, side note, catch any clips of the A's reverse boycott. As a former Chargers fan, effing love to see it. We talked about that a little bit today on the radio. It's the bad business. It's the bad part of sports. I mean, this crap happens. I mean, we've been talking about Stan Kroenke the last couple of days because he might foot the bill for an arena in San Diego, and that would make him well liked in San Diego. He's the most hated person on earth in St. Louis. Like Dean Spanos is here, like John Fisher is there in Oakland, and it goes on and on. Mark Davis, right, in Oakland as well. So it's a stupid part of sports. It really is. It's ridiculous. We felt it firsthand in San Diego, and it's not going to stop you. The A's are not the last team that are going to move in professional sports. I promise you that. They're just not. It's
weird, though. You mentioned Mark Davis. I feel like he's not hated.
That's because they're vagabonds, man. The Raiders, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, I don't know. I just feel like they bounce around.
Yeah, the Oakland, not the Oakland, but the Raiders brand isn't tied to a city. It's just like a brand. So wherever it goes, Raider fans will follow. Yeah, dude, it's crazy to see the fact that fans can voice their opinions in a huge way. Will it mean anything? Probably not, because money wins all here, but it is a bad look for baseball. It is a horrible look for baseball that they are allowing this to happen in front of a fan base that would support this team if they had a competent owner.
Correct. I mean, if they had any semblance of a stadium, then they would be staying in Oakland, but for whatever reason, they've let the Coliseum get to the point it's at, kind of like Qualcomm, how the Chargers let that thing just fade away because they wanted a new stadium, and then they never were able to get it done. And they couldn't get public funding. The whole thing here is Nevada gives money, California doesn't. They want the money. They're getting the money. Show me the money. Follow the money.
They have a rich, poor owner that doesn't want to pony up any type of significant amount of money.
Correct. JD Gacha, thank you for the super. He says, baseball karma is real, Jim, regarding the Mets. I like the commas. Baseball karma is real, Jim, regarding the Mets.
This year it is, for sure.
No doubt. Okay, I want to get back to all these super chats in a moment, but what I want to do right now, quick shout out, of course, to our title sponsor here on the Wrap Up Show. And we're unable to do this day in and day out without your support, being here with us live or on replay every single day, and without the support of our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz, and all of our partners here on the Wrap Up Show. But if you have insurance needs, you have to get in contact with Mark Nimitz. He's a San Diegan. He's a huge Padres fan, lifelong Padres fan, lifelong San Diegan, and a great insurance agent. How do we know that? Because we have insurance through Mark. I've got a life insurance policy homeowners insurance policy, earthquake insurance policy with Mark. He can save you $750 or more just by switching your insurance over to him. He can save you even more if you ever have a claim. He is a great insurance agent. He's got great service and communication. I'm terrible with this stuff. He makes it simple and easy, and he will save you money. Here's his website. You can get there by clicking the link in the description down below on YouTube, or if you're listening to the podcast, auto, home, renter's life, business, earthquake, condo, whatever it is. The next time you have an insurance need, before you renew, call Mark. He'll talk Padres baseball with you. The next time you have a new insurance policy, you're looking for information on a life insurance policy, call Mark. If you support our channel, support our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers.
Yeah, all his information, as you know, is always above my head. mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to our buddy Mark, who just passed the century mark on reviews, it's not updated on the screen there, but he has passed 100 reviews, and he is a 5 out of 5 star insurance, I guess, agent. There you go. So go to Mark, and when you go to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap Up Show sent you.
Stay in school, kids. Stay in school.
Yeah,
let's get back to the supers. Alejandro, thank you for your super chat. Guys, subscribe if you're here. We have year-round Padres content for you. He says, great win tonight. Can you guys give a shout out to my new son, Santiago? Of course we can.
Absolutely,
He's
Santiago.
a week-only Padres fan. Can we get some clap emojis in the chat for Alejandro and his family?
Congratulations.
And his newborn.
Congratulations,
Alejandro. Man.
What's
your first?
You've already bought him the Padres shirt, I'm guessing. A little onesie, probably, right?
I don't know.
No, I'm talking. Are you asking me? No, I'm talking to Alejandro.
Oh, okay.
Not you.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't bought him anything, but I would.
Well, congratulations.
Super cool. I remember those days. Maybe you have others, but yeah, that 1 week old. Oh, Jim will. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for Jim to have children, just so he can understand what that is like. I cannot wait.
You're gonna be like, oh, you are fucked.
Dude, I'm just pumped that Aaron wants kids.
Yeah.
Martin, thank you for the super. And again, Alejandro, congratulations. That's amazing. That's really cool. Please clap emojis in the chat for Alejandro. And congratulations on the birth of your son. And Martin says, great win. Need more non-Sanchez slug. Don't get me wrong. I like 1 milli slug, but I love the quarter Billy slug. Also, suck at John Fisher. A lot of A's talk tonight. I think they're getting slug from non-Sanchez. Tatis, right? Bogart's a couple of RBIs here tonight. They're capable of hitting 2 home runs per game. Like, this is the team they should be. They should be hitting multiple home runs in a game, home or road. Hit a couple home runs today. They should consistently be hitting 2 home runs in a game. That's what happened here tonight.
Yeah, they have the power to do it. You got guys on this team that are easily capable of 30. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3. You have 4 guys on this team right now that are all 30 home run guys. Gary Sanchez and Soto and Manny and Tatis.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
that's right.
You should be hitting a lot of home runs. This team should be hitting a lot of home runs.
Yeah, I mean, the All-Star question's an interesting one. I haven't even looked at the vote. I know you put in the rundown one day, and I saw a tweet or two. I don't know anything going on with the vote. This is for starting spots, right?
Yeah, Padres players aren't doing so well. But I think if you look at it, it all makes sense. I mean, Soto is right on the edge of being voted in as a starter. You have Tatis on the edge as well. And then everyone else, like, sorry, Manny's not an all-star this year. Cronenworth's not an all-star this year. The guy they have on the ballot was just Austin Nola's not an all-star this year. Matt Carpenter, who's on the ballot as a DH, is not an all-star this year. So I think Xander Bogaerts is not an all-star this year either. So yeah, you got it right. I mean, I think Tatis will be an all-star now. I think Soto will eventually get in. Josh Hader, and I think Michael Wacha will be your all-stars unless Wacha has like a horrible month of the rest of the month of June and horrible month up until the all-star break. But I think those could be your 4. You could have 4 all-stars. That's what I think.
Speaking of the all-star game, what do we think of this? I put it actually pinned at the top of the chat because we've got a partnership with our friends over at MLBshop.com. I'll scroll down. This is the Padres official all-star game. No, it's the July 4th cap. I'm sorry, but whatever. this summer. This is the July 4th cap. It's been very polarizing, Jim. I don't know if you've seen that on Twitter. This is the Padres July 4th cap. It is in red once again. I want to say it was in red a year ago. Before, what do you guys think in the chat? Yay or nay on the Padres July 4th cap? I put a link in the chat. It's also pinned at the top of the chat. What do you think, Jim? Yay or nay?
Oh, 100% nay. This is such an easy fix. Okay. This is such an easy fix. The SD that's red, white, and blue there, I think that's great. Okay. Right? The like logo. Just keep the brown hat. Like what's so hard about this?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But here's the thing. Half the teams in baseball are navy and half the teams are red, I believe.
Okay, fine. There's black hats as well. Like whatever your team color hat is, keep it. And then make the logo the red, white, and blue, the American flag. And then you can put the patch on the side if you want. All right. But just keep the color hat. It just makes things way better, and it doesn't clash with your uniform like it would.
Yeah, 100%. This thing's going to clash hard. I don't know about the patch either. We're getting a little cute there.
Yeah, it's just baseball being baseball.
I know. It's like,
like with I recently saw what team was it? I think it might have been the Giants. They had a Pride Night, and they just had their regular color hat, even though it's just a black hat, right? And then the SF was rainbow colors, and I was like, that's cool. Mm-hmm. Like, just keep the color of your hat the color, so you're not like clashing and wearing a red hat with a pinstripe uniform that's brown and gold.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you. Listen, I'm not the red for me is the reason it rubs me the wrong way is probably because the clash. Like, I don't think red with the Padres. Obviously, why would you? I don't know. I'm with you. I think the brown makes sense. I think utilizing the colors of the club makes sense, not just using navy or red for every team.
And that's how I look at it. And then the logo is the stars and stripes, and I think that would be cool. That would look cool.
Okay. Anyway, if you want it, check it out. There's a link pinned.
But would I buy this hat? Would I wear it? I probably would wear it, but I don't think it would look good on the field.
Yeah, I love a fitted cap. Don't get me wrong, and I love specialty caps. I love Father's Day, Mother's Day, July 4th, All-Star. I do. I fall for all of it with New Era. I sometimes they get a little too cute. If this was navy, I definitely rock it in red. I don't know. I'm not as fond of it. Let's get back to these supers here tonight, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the supers. Click the $sign below the chat box.
You know what team's gonna look great in those hats? Is the Phillies.
Yeah, and assuming they're wearing red.
Phillies in the red.
The Phillies in blue.
Oh yeah, they totally would.
And even the Yankees in red.
Yeah, even if they did, it would look fine.
Our buddy Turquoise LP says, "How do y'all feel about Snell on the interviews? Are we just saying Snell with the media, like, or during the game when they put him on headset? I like Blake. I think Blake Snell's hearing him and listening to him. I think he's a bit of a character. I like it when he's throwing well. When he's throwing poorly, I can get a little bit tired of it. But I kind of like hearing from Blake Snell, to be honest.
Yeah, I do too. I'm with you. When he's not performing, I just kind of don't want to hear it. But when he's performing and when he's, pitching like he has been, he's fantastic interview. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a character.
He's definitely a character.
This is going to be the end of the run for Blake Snell. You're not going to see him in a Padres uniform in 2024, but
no.
Enjoy it. Well, he's been good the last 4 starts. He's been second half Snell in the first half, so that's encouraging. Hopefully that continues.
Very encouraging. Hopefully the team can actually win his starts.
Correct. That would be nice because they don't win. That's a good point. They don't win when he's on the mound. Zach, thank you for the super sticker or the super chat or your support of the channel. We do appreciate that. 619 Cam, what's going on, man? Thanks for the membership. Thanks for hanging out. Good to have you here. He says, good start to this homestand. And Nola who? Any update on Morejon? I think there was an update on Morejon, isn't there? Like he's not far off, I don't think. I want to say that somewhere.
I'm not.
Jim doesn't believe it.
I'm not putting any faith that you'll see Morejon again this year in any significant capacity. If you do, great.
Maybe not.
If you don't,
yeah. He says, by the way, I'll be down for tomorrow and Saturday's game, so hit me up for beers if you're around. Thanks for the show, J&J. Very cool.
Awesome.
Big crowds, but I want to say it was tonight.
40.
40,000 plus, right? Was this sellout officially?
No, not officially.
Well, whatever. The crowds are crazy. This was a Tuesday night,
You take
right?
40,000 on a Tuesday night against the Guardians.
And like you said on Twitter, Marine Layer, rest in peace. It was a nice night here. It looked like a nice night there.
Yeah, rip Marine Layer. About time.
Yeah, come on. Stay away, please.
God.
Thank you again, Cam. And thank you, Jake. What's going on, Jake? Thanks for the membership. Thanks for hanging out tonight.
Thanks, buddy.
He says, the 22 hat. Okay, so last year's 4th of July hat, he says, was way better. Check Twitter for pick. This one.
Okay. Yeah, that was an interesting hat, though.
It is kind of like Zubaz a little bit.
It's not personally for me. It isn't.
And this is red too.
I like clean, like straight lines, like modern style. Less is more. And I think this year's hat is a step in the right direction of less is more, except I just wish the hat was brown.
It's like America. Yeah. I mean, it causes a lot of discussion. I think they sell. I don't think they do it unless it sells, right? I think every single time they do this, it creates revenue.
John,
right?
You know that if there, there's thousands and thousands of Padres fans that would buy that hat.
Yes, absolutely. We'll see them.
Just because like a handful of people don't like it doesn't mean that everyone doesn't like it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm completely with you. By the way, you look up and down the lineup tonight, a lot of production, not just Sanchez, not just Machado. I think the top 6 had hits for the Padres: Tatis, Soto, Machado 2 hits, infield hits, Bogarts 2 RBIs,
line drive in the box score.
Right, Cronenworth and Sanchez had hits, Carpenter hitless, Kim hitless, Grisham 1 for 3. But the first 6 had hits. You had power, you had the Bogarts, 2 RBI night. And then, by the way, Musgrove, we talked about 6 innings, 3 runs. I feel good about where Joe Musgrove is. He's reminding me of the pitcher we saw for his first 2 years in a Padres uniform. But then your bullpen: Steven Wilson, scoreless, hitless inning; Nick Martinez, scoreless inning; Josh Hader, scoreless, 3 strikeout, did allow a hit, 9th inning. So bullpen's been good. Musgrove, doesn't Musgrove to you feel more like Musgrove previously, like 2022 or whatever?
Ever since his start in New York versus the Yankees, you're like, that's Joe Musgrove. Because I want to say, let's look at his game log here. Hold on. All right. So since New York, yeah, he's been fantastic since New York. That was on May 26th. And Miami, he was really good. And then Seattle, he was really good. And then tonight was honestly his quote unquote worst start since May 20th when he gave up 4 runs in 5 innings.
Yeah.
And tonight the game was won. You knew it. 6 innings, 3 runs. It was a soft 3 runs. He's been fantastic since New York versus the Yankees in that outing. He's turned it around.
He has. And I want to say he struck out Jose Ramirez his first 2 times up, 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. I think they came all early, first 3 or 4 innings.
And by the way, the play.
Oh, defensive play.
The play that he made was
like the play he got hurt on, remember?
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah,
like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that in the preseason or not the preseason, in spring training?
AAA or whatever.
AAA or whatever. He was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great. Yeah. I mean, he feels his position real well.
He's big too.
That's a Machado type play to make that for a pitcher who's on the field once every 5-6 days. That's impressive. That's really impressive what he did here tonight.
Yeah.
Guys, if you are here, we do want to remind you that this wouldn't be possible without our friends at Ora, ORA.organic, an amazing company. Their co-founder, Will's a San Diegan, offices right here in Liberty Station. He's a huge Padres fan, huge supporter of our channel. ORA.organic, plant-based nutritional products. We all could use a way to get healthier here in 2023. This summer, they have amazing products. You can take it from us. We take them daily. I take their probiotic every single day. I have for over a year. My wife's been taking it now for the last month. It's an amazing product. If you're looking to improve your digestion or your heart health, you should be taking a probiotic from Ora. They have pre-workout supplements, proteins for after workouts, omega-3 oils. If you take a fish oil, you can take the omega-3 oil from Ora. It is plant-based. They have sleep pills and immunity pills and more products. Okay. And they have free shipping on U.S. subscription orders over $50. right now. You can get to their website by clicking the link in the description down below on YouTube, or if you're listening to the podcast, or just go to ora.organic. Like we said with Mark Nimitz, if you support our channel, please support the partners that do business with us. That's the way we're able to provide this content day in and day out. If you're looking to get healthier, please check out our friends at ora.organic.
Yeah, go there right now to pick up some supplements. And if you want to start living a healthy lifestyle, Aura is the place to go. It's all organic. It's all plant-based. It's cleanest on the market. Help support our sponsors. Will is a lifelong Padres fan. He just had a newborn this week as well. So congratulations to Will at Aura, to him and his wife. And
The good luck charm.
Good luck charm, because he showed us a picture, sent us a picture, and sent us a little onesie Padres shirt that he bought his newborn. So go support Will. Go support Aura. They're a supporter of the wrap-up show. And once you get some supplements, you will thank us later.
Yes, thank you, Will. Congratulations again. Really do appreciate your support, and hopefully, an exciting summer for your newborn. Okay, so Padres win. By the way, tomorrow Michael Wacha will be on the mound for the Padres, so a chance to win a series against the Guardians. We said 4-2 homestand, Jim, which is, again, easier said than done. They haven't been good at home. They're playing good teams. You said, well, the Guardians aren't good. Well, they've been good. They were 6-2 in their last 8 coming in. Yeah. So they've been good. And then Tampa's, I don't know what they did today. They were 48-21 coming into today. They got off to that historically good start. So, I mean, it's easy to say, like, oh, well, 4-2 homestand, they should be doing that. Well, yeah, they should, but they haven't been doing it. Please, let's speak that into existence. Maybe this is that 4-2 homestand that we've been waiting for.
I'm trying to speak in. I'm starting small, John. I'm starting to speak into an existence a 17-10 month. That's all I want. I want a 17-10 month.
What are they right now?
7-4 in the month.
Okay.
So you go 10-6 over your next 16. Boom. How you doing?
10-6. Is that what it would take?
Yes.
Because you're not good with math, but I didn't listen to your math.
Well, if they're 7-4 right now, 10-6 would be 17-10.
Look at you, man.
If they win tomorrow, then they all have to do is go 9-6.
And if they win the day after that,
they have to go 8-6.
And if they win the day after that,
then they
all of a sudden they go under
7-6. Right. And by the way, they are. If they won Sunday, they would have been at 500 today.
Yeah, I know, but they didn't. I don't know if you saw. They lost.
Oh no, I saw.
Okay, unfortunately, and yeah, like Chad says, 20-7. I mean, yeah, 17. Again, let's baby step it first. Let's get to the 17th win before we talk about the 20th win.
And a 4-2 homestand.
Right, exactly. Jason, thanks, man. Jason Ramirez, thank you for your super chat, guys. Appreciate the supers. Just click the $ below the chat box. As you know, we will get to all of them. He says, anything on Suarez's progress to return? Bats came alive early, and loving Sanchez on the team. Great merch and show. Thank you, Jason, for saying that. There was an update on Robert Suarez 3 days ago. He threw a bullpen session Friday, which, according to MLB.com, is a significant step toward a return. He's yet to pitch this season because of right elbow inflammation that occurred in spring training. And then they went on to say he's likely still weeks away from a return. It's unclear when he may be able to begin a rehab assignment. So remember, we thought maybe best case was June. It now appears best case is July. But that still would be encouraging if you get him healthy at some point in July, considering, the role he played last year, if you can keep him healthy.
With everything that's happened with Robert Suarez this year, I think if you get him at all this season, it's, a surprise or a plus. Because usually when this team has pitchers with arm injuries, you don't see them again. You just don't. So it's good to hear that he's throwing, but I don't know when they're going to get him back.
Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of. So you say you would just anything is a positive if you get anything out of Suarez. I'm hoping for more than that. I still hold out hope that he's like your reliable, dependable 8th inning guy at some point this year.
Okay.
I mean, don't you think that's what they expect out of him?
Well, yeah, but you also sign him to a 4-year contract, so you don't want to kill his arm this year.
Well, kill his arm. He hasn't even pitched.
I know, but hey, come right back and boom, you're into the thick of it.
Well, you signed him to a 4-year deal because of one of those 4 years you're supposed to win the World Series. That's 2023. I mean, I can't punt on that. He didn't have surgery. So what are we supposed to do? Just let him have the rest of the year off and go tour Europe?
No. And he's your closer in waiting, essentially.
You think? Yeah, we think he is.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not paying.
After so you're quitting on Suarez for the year?
No, I'm just saying whatever you get from Suarez feels like
it's a bonus.
It's a bonus.
Yeah,
and whatever you get from,
not.
If you ever get anything from Pomeranz ever, which you won't,
that I'm with you.
That you'll never get.
Yeah, that I'm with you, and I'm with you on Morejon. I get your point on Morejon. I'll believe it when I see it, type stuff.
Right. He's never healthy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm hoping for more out of Suarez. You could be right. You might be dead on, spot on. I just hope it's more than that. I just
don't trust the track record of this team with arm injuries. I just never do.
Jake, thank you again for the membership and the super. He says, last thing on the hats. Jim, I agree with you. This is hilarious. But as of right now, I have 24 Padres hats, 12, okay, majority brown, 6 of some brown, 2 more on the way. What's this? 23 Parks and Normal, and San Diego 23 fourth. My wife is completely over the brown. Okay, I get your point. So because a lot of Padres fans have brown caps, when they mix in a navy or a red or a different color, it can be good for people to make that purchase because everyone already has brown caps.
Jake, just get the 98 blue and orange.
Or how about this from Parks and Normal?
I'm sure he probably has that.
With Hoffman and Gwynn.
But I love the just dark navy blue, orange Padres logo 98 hats. Those are probably my favorite.
So you like that over the brown, but everyone wanted the brown for forever. Now I'm seeing in the chat bring back the navy and orange. I'm like, well, hold on, everyone wanted brown.
I would love that. I would love it if that was their alternate jersey.
Yeah,
but it's not, and instead it's the very vibrant City Connect.
Do we need more City Connect? By the way, could we have gone City Connect July 4th?
No, that would have been.
That's
ridiculous.
Too aggressive.
That would have been ridiculous, John.
People need to live a little bit.
Do they?
Maybe not. By the way, we will be. I just saw this in the chat. Our buddy Crazy Raider Rad. Thank you for the membership. Thanks for all the interaction on social media and here in the chat. He says, John and Jim are at the Blind Borough downtown 3 to 6 for home games. I keep saying I'm going to make it there, but I'm always late. LOL. Yeah, join us Friday. Blind Borough, Tampa, San Diego. Game 1 of a 3-game series. Rays Padres. Blind Borough right at Western Metal Supply, 7th and J. We'll be there from 3 to 6. So please swing by. Say hello.
Great
Jim's
spot.
Autograph.
Get John's autograph.
Yeah, get our collective autograph.
Get a picture with John.
Yeah. I like that.
And maybe fiance girl will show up. Who knows?
Is she going to be there Friday?
No.
You said no?
No. I'm going to try to go to that game too.
Friday?
If they let me in.
I don't know if they're going to let you in, to be honest.
It's against the Rays. If they say that there's no... Never mind.
Dude, the Rays are the best team in baseball.
I know.
And they have huge national media.
Didn't they just get swept by the Oakland A's?
Yeah, good point. Good point. Guys, the best place to play fantasy sports is with our friends at Underdog Fantasy. They've got this best ball competition going on, or draft, the 7th inning stretch. You can draft your Major League Baseball team, and they take care of everything else. They set your lineup each and every week. There is no setup necessary, no waivers, no trades. $7 to enter, $150,000 in prizes, $30,000 to first place. You can sign up from now until July 14th. Use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Okay, promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, get a 100% deposit match, again, up to $100. In addition to that best ball contest going on right now, they also have daily pick'em contests going on. So here are some of the drafts, whether it's NFL, Major League Baseball. In addition, the pick'ems are going on right now. So, for example, this is how easy it is to win, okay? This is how easy it is to win. With a pick'em, let's find the Padres game for tomorrow. Actually, let's start with the A's. Let's start with Estuary Ruiz. We're going higher, right? They've won 7 straight. He's a former Padre. Higher than 6 fantasy points. They don't have any Padre tomorrow. We'll go lower on Jose Ramirez against Michael Wacha, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we will do that. We'll go lower on 10.5 fantasy points from Freddie Freeman. Give me a break.
Loser.
So that's our play. We're going to make a $25 wager. Again, you can get a 100% deposit match up to $100 by using promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP. $25 if you go 3 for 3. Pays $150. You can insure it. You can still win $75. You can still win money, even if you only get 2 out of 3 correct. That's how easy it is to play. Best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. Our friends at UnderdogFantasy.com or the Underdog Fantasy app. Get there. Use promo code PADSWRAP and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. I will put a link in the chat right now. Boom. Link is in the chat.
Boom.
That's a winner right there. I'm telling you right now, that's paying out $150.
All right. I'd like to hear that.
You heard it from me. Me.
I did hear it from you. No one else.
What else, Jim?
Gary Sanchez, Joe Musgrove, Josh Hader.
Oh yeah, Hader.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll do this again tomorrow night. How about that?
I like that idea.
6:40 start time. Are these all night games or is there a day game on Thursday?
No, there's a day game on Thursday.
Are you sure it's like a day? No.
Oh, it's 5:40.
5:40.
Okay.
So Cleveland must be staying in the West for it to be a 5:40 game.
Yep. And then Friday, the Rays are in town, and John and Jim are the blind burrow.
And Jim Russell will try to go inside Petco Park.
If they allow it.
Which is very arguable.
Yes.
Before we go, if you want to get a final super in like JD Gacho, he says, OT. What ends the dude? We didn't even mention this, Jim, on the freaking radio, and we had 3 hours. This should have been in the wrap.
Oh my God, we're idiots.
You're such idiots. Why do we even have a show? I'm so glad he mentioned this. What ends the Texas Stanford Super Regional? Stanford advances the College World Series on a pop-up lost in the lights with 2 outs, by the way, in the bottom of the 9th inning in a tie game. Winner goes to the World Series. Loser, season is over. It was a fly ball to right that the right fielder didn't see because the ball was lost in the lights with 2 outs in the 9th inning that sent Stanford to the College World Series.
I'm like,
is that the worst? Like, that's bad.
Dude, I'm going to hibernation. I'm not talking to anybody for a year.
Like,
that happened to me. If I was in right field and I lost,
second baseman starts like running out there, like, dude, you got no shot.
If I lost the ball, oh my God, I'm killing. I'm ending. I'm just the worst.
If you haven't seen that, Google it. And this is a day after the dude threw 156 pitches for Stanford. What a bizarre series.
Oh God, it's the worst, dude.
I know.
Maybe I don't know. Fix your fucking lights.
I was thinking that too.
Like
that shouldn't happen at night. That can happen at dusk because you just lose a ball. That should not happen at night.
That's bad.
That is bad. It's almost like you shouldn't even. That doesn't even like count.
I don't know if like there's been a lot of complaints with the lights there. Maybe there hasn't. Maybe that was just a one-off. But oh, dude, to lose.
I mean, they're a power. They host a lot of regionals and super regionals. So you would think they got the necessary. This isn't just some random team in some random series.
If that happened to like my favorite team, like
imagine losing the World Series like that. Like the World Series, like Major League Baseball, or losing a series, like losing the NLCS. That's game like 7.
I'm punching a wall. I'm just punching. I'm punching a wall. That's it. I'm punching a wall, and I might get in a fight with the first person I see on the street, regardless of who it is. I'm just probably fighting them.
Jim, are you ready for the College World Series?
Oh, I'm ready.
Can you name a team other than Stanford in the College World Series? Don't look
LSU.
It up. Good call.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oral Roberts, of course. TCU.
Easy.
Virginia, Florida. Stanford and Wake. I want to say Wake's been incredible. Tennessee and LSU. Those are your 8.
I knew that.
And the Padres.
Do you think they win the College World Series?
I would hope so. It might not be easy. They might drop a game, but it's double elimination.
I'd want to see Tatis with a metal bat.
Oh my God. Bing! He'd kill someone, dude.
700 feet.
What would the exit velocity be? 199 off some of those guys' bats? I mean, seriously, it would be.
If Juan Soto got a ball.
Dude, what'd you say?
If Juan Soto got a hold of a ball, holy shit. I just want to see one time a Major League Baseball player, like, Use a metal. That's what they need to do in the All-Star game. Metal bats.
Metal bats.
Like not in the All-Star game, but the home run derby. Home run derby.
You can kill someone.
Metal bats. Well, dude, it's a home run derby. It's fine.
True. There's like netting in front of the pitcher. You're right.
Yeah. So home run derby. I always wanted to see Barry Bonds hit with metal bat.
How many home runs do you think Austin Nola would hit if he spent the whole year using a metal bat?
12? He'd be worse.
Like 13?
Like 12.
All right, guys, we will be back tomorrow night following game 2 of this series. Please subscribe if you're here. Really do appreciate it. Push past 4,800 subscribers the other day on the wrap-up show. We were at, 4,820 subscribers. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, if you're here live or on replay, we really do appreciate it. We have exclusive year-round coverage for you in season and out of season. We are here for you. Please subscribe. Please smash the like button. Please follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you. If you're here on replay, thank you for your support. The super thanks as well. You can click that super thanks button on screen. And please support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, auto, home, renters, or life insurance needs. Mark is your guy. Click the link in the description down below. Aura, if you're looking to get healthier, they have plant-based nutritional products. Will, again, congratulations to you and yours. ORA.organic. Click the link in the description down below. And then Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code PODSWRAP. That is PADS. WRAP and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. Underdog Fantasy or the Underdog Fantasy app. Easiest place to play fantasy sports. Use promo code PADS WRAP. And James says congrats to Josh Hader for collecting his 600th career strikeout tonight. And how many innings? Like 200? He's like averaging 3 strikeouts per inning for his career.
Yeah.
Seems like that.
Kind of crazy.
Robert, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Rich, are you in Vegas? I don't think so. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. We will be back tomorrow night. And Padres won tonight, 6-3. We'll see you tomorrow night. Thanks, guys. This has been